Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to get better at duels in MORDHAU. I'm gonna put a timestamp right here so you can skip to whichever section you wanna see, but I recommend you to watch all the way through because you may pick up some tips in the section you thought you got fully covered, and it also helps me get more watch time. Okay, first of all I wanna talk about some general stuff about duels like manners and keybinds. Yeah, keybinds are pretty important. And then we're gonna talk about some fundamental techniques like dragging and chambering. And then we're gonna look into some clips of me playing against good players in Asia and then analyze why I won or lost that fight to let us understand how to handle each situation. Okay, so I'm pretty sure most of you guys know this, but there are some basic manners when dueling. If you want to fight against someone, flourish your sword by pressing X and then 1. If your opponent flourishes back or nods, you can begin the fight, but if he doesn't, don't attack him, especially if he's shaking the head sideways. I wanted to put this out because I still sometimes see people randomly starting a fight without asking the opponent for permission. The next thing I want to talk about are keybinds. You may not think that keybinds are important. Most of them aren't, but there are settings which allows you to bind specific keys to each attacks. Having a key for, let's say, a right underswing is way easier than using the mouse. This is especially important while chambering because, at least for me, there are some inconsistencies when doing it with the mouse, and I will show you some clips later on to show that. I recommend you to set a bind for the under and upper swings both left and right, but you won't need any for the normal horizontal swings. Okay, now with the basics done, let's talk about the techniques you need in order to outplay your enemies. You guys probably know what chambering is. It's a thing where you counter the enemy's attack with one of your own. Chambering the attack has two benefits compared to the normal parry. The first benefit is that chamber attacks allow you to cancel or morph them, while blocking them don't allow you to do that. The second benefit is that you don't have to worry about the enemy fainting, because if he does, your sword will just slice him. So make sure to use chambering over blocks as much as possible. There's one exception where you shouldn't chamber, but we'll go into that later on in the gameplay analysis. Another technique people might not know about is dragging and excel. They basically allow you to delay or fasten your attack by either pulling the sword closer or further away from your enemy. Sounds confusing? No problem, I'm just gonna show it to you. So basically, if you want to delay your attack, you have to move your mouse into the opposite direction of where your sword is gonna attack to, right when your character starts swinging the sword. Oppositely, if you want to make your attack faster, you have to drag your mouse towards the direction your sword is going to attack. So it will look like this. It takes a bit of practice to do this, but it's a very useful skill to have, especially in the higher levels. Okay, now that you've got the basics, let's get into some gameplay analysis to let us understand how you should handle each situation. Okay, here's the first clip, and the enemy is a stab spammer. If you have played duels before, you probably know that the good players are always good at feinting attacks. This is because it's the easiest as well as the safest way to deal damage to the enemy. This is why you want to use a chamber instead of parries, and even if you have to block it, try not to block it too fast. In this clip I lose against a rapier user, and as you can see, I first try to chamber his stab, and he tries to morph it so it hits him. The crouch you see him doing is actually a very valuable move because it can throw them completely off guard. You could also use it when you completely miss the timing of your parry. In this next clip, I'm using distance to my advantage. First try to chamber then feint it to deal some damage, but the main focus here is the last part. Notice how he completely misses me and I kill him because of that? I think that this is the second thing that good players always do. Backing off when the enemy attacks, then going forwards when you attack. A tip here is already start swinging while he's still attacking you, because 1, it hits him faster, and 2, if you misjudge the distance, it will become a parry. It's not really a gameplay analysis here, but a lot of people forget that they can actually throw the weapon. It is very effective if the enemy is low and all you gotta do is to back off and then right when he attacks, throw your sword. That's it. Okay, in this next clip I fight against the annoying shield. Here you can see that I'm not trying to attack with my sword anymore. Remember that I said there's one situation where I shouldn't chamber? This is it. Instead, try to get close to him and kick, then follow it up with a stab. I attacked him with my sword in the last part because I thought that he might be attacking me directly after I blocked because he got used to the rhythm. Well, he did, and that's why my attack completely got him off guard. So switching up your attacks is a really important skill too. And this is the clip I talked about before where I couldn't chamber at all. That is why you should use the keybinds instead of the mouse. In this last clip here I use a couple of things we talked about. I first step backwards and he misjudges the distance and I damage him. He blocks the next feint way too early, and lastly I counter attack with my keybind at a very difficult angle to chamber. He could have blocked it, but I bet that he didn't see it coming. And that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like and subscribe for more content just like this one. I'll see you guys in the next one.